Hey guys, it's Sierra and welcome back to my channel.
When I see a hater, bitch, I always wish him well. Always wish him well, yeah, always wish him well. Blessings coming back like they going on sale.
I decided that I'm tired of hearing what people have to say about me being too loud, me being too this, me being too that. I don't really care. This is my channel and I'm taking it back, period, okay? So if you guys don't like loud people, then this is not the channel for you. Just go ahead and click off. Subscribe though, and then you can go ahead and click off. And tell your mama and your friends that I'm loud, because they might like loud people. So if you want to see how I got this look, and if you want to see how I feel about some products that I haven't tried before, some products that I have tried before, some things that I want to talk about that I haven't spoken about on my channel, just go ahead and continue to watch, okay? Okay, cue the transition. All right, guys, let's just chat and do some makeup. You know, I don't really have a rhyme or reason to this video, to be honest. I'm just going to talk. That's it. And try on some stuff that I honestly have been hoarding and I haven't tried on camera. Honestly, guys, I feel good. I've gotten off a medication that I was on for like 5 years. I feel so good about being off this medication. However, it does come with like these weird side effects because your body has been so used to something for so long. Like I feel so good and then I'm like, oh, like my body is like, but wait a minute, you took away something that I've had for so long. What are you doing? It's all good. It's all for the good. Anyway, so there's a couple things that I purchased and I'm always getting stuff, and because I love products and I love like just reviewing products, I tend to just mess around with products a lot off of camera, and then I'm like, why didn't I show this on camera? Like, Sierra, duh, what's wrong with you? So I'm trying to get better at it because there's so many things that I have, guys. I'm gonna go in with the Tatcha Silk Canvas. This has become, honestly, one of my favorite primers, and I think it's just because it's the one that's closest to me on my desk. I'm almost positive that's why it's become my favorite. I don't know any other real reason, to be honest. It's just like become that girl. Like I can just reach out and touch at any point. So I just started to really like this primer by default. Do I have new foundations? Please hold. So for foundation, I'm gonna go in with the Eyeshadow Synchro Skin. This is one of my favorite foundations, and you never see me really use it on camera, and I don't know why, because this is like my go-to foundation if I really wanna, you know, look beat. Okay, I think my lighting's a little better now. I'm still messing around with my lighting, per usual. How are you guys doing? What have you guys been up to in your lives? That's what I want to know. I honestly feel like makeup is my therapy, and especially being a mom and a wife and a friend and a sister and everything else, you just sometimes need time to be by your freaking self. Can I get an amen? Like, you just want to be by yourself. There's times where I don't want to talk to anybody about anything. I don't want to talk to you about anything. I understand you have issues. So do I. I just don't want to talk to you right now about it. I just want to go to my happy place and play with makeup, and I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to hear a baby knocking on the door, my husband asking me what we're going to eat for dinner, my friend asking me for boyfriend advice. I just don't want to talk to anybody. Let me know if I'm the only one who gets into those moods where I'm just like, no, because if I give my time to everybody all the time, I will lose my mind. I really have to find a way to have balance in my life, because I can tend to spend so much time and giving so much time to other people that I forget about myself. And I'm really trying to like get better at that. You know what's also crazy is like, we're not really at the end of the year, but we're like pretty much at the end of the year. And I feel like when I get close to the end of the year, I start kind of panicking, like all my New Year's resolutions that I did not hit, I'm like, I need to work on, you know what I mean? Like before the year ends. I need to get it together. So that's really one of the things I really wanted to work on in 2020 was really giving time to myself. And your girl, it has been an epic fail. An epic. The fail of fails. Okay, the next thing that I wanted to try out was this Brow MVP by Rihanna. I mean, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I didn't think it was gonna be that big. I wasn't expecting it to be this like fat and big. Don't mind my nails, guys. Don't come for me because I've been trying to keep these plants alive, okay? I've been trying to keep these plants alive, which means that I have to go and, you know, get my hands dirty. I always don't put gloves on. And my nails are now an absolute mess. I'm gonna handle that after I look somewhat decent, okay? Then I'll put some nails on, okay? Don't come for me in the comments. I do not want to hear it. Just save it for another day, okay? Thank you so much. Disclaimer is done. Okay, so this is a sculpting brow wax pencil and styler. I didn't even really know what this is. I honestly heard everybody talking about it and I got it. Didn't look at anything about the product. So on one side, you've got a brush. And on the other side, you've got a wax. Milk has these lip balms that look literally almost exactly like this. And my husband loves them. So that's what it reminds me of right off the bat. So that means that we're gonna have to go in with a eyebrow pencil first, which is what I thought this was gonna be, an eyebrow pencil. And then we're gonna use this to style up our eyebrows. So let's just zoom through the eyebrow portion of this because, you know, that might take us, girl, a minute, okay? So zoom, 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 zoom.
I'm a pretty zen bitch, hit him with the bell.
You know what I just remembered? How much I hate putting my foundation on before I do my brows. That's all. Let me continue. Eyebrows are good for now. You know, we'll fix them up at the end and fix that little part, but we're good for now. One of my favorite concealers is by Huda Beauty. And I'm in the shade Toasted Almond. It's the Overachiever concealer. I think this is the only concealer that she has. I'm pretty sure. Mine is raggedy because I've had her for a while. But this is one of my favorite concealers. This concealer is so full coverage. I haven't used her in so long. I forgot how much I really like this applicator, even though it doesn't look like I know what I'm doing right now. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't do the nose that well. And I already know I put way too much, so please hold while I blend for my life. Okay, see? Y'all was scared. Next, what I wanna try, guys. My phone legit keeps going off. And I'm really trying to just not look at my phone because I want to just be by myself. But I low-key want to see what's going on my phone. Okay. Okay, we're good. Okay, sorry. Back to the Fenty brow. Let's try her out. Okay, so you're going to brush it up, I'm assuming. Yeah, you... Okay. Would you brush it up and then put the wax on, or do you put the wax on and then brush it up? We're gonna do both ways. We're gonna brush it up on this side and then put the wax on. Okay. And then I'm gonna put the wax on this side and then brush it up. Just to see if there's like a difference in how you apply it. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm telling you right now, like, this is okay. I probably use it just to get rid of it, but I'm not like a fan of this. Just, I'm not, you know? I think it's an okay product. I don't think it's a wow product for me. I still like the Patrick Ta wax better. I would show you the Patrick Ta wax, but it's downstairs in my makeup bag. So instead, I'll just post a picture right here or right here of what it looks like. Honestly, the only pro that I would say for this is that you have the brush with it, so you don't necessarily need to walk around with the spoolie as you would with the Patrick Ta wax, because the Patrick Ta wax is just a wax and you need to have the spoolie. But for me, when I'm doing my brows and even when I have it in my makeup bag, if I'm going to like my parents' house or anything, I still always have my eyebrow pencil, which has a spoolie attached. So I still always have a spoolie. So basically what I'm trying to say is that this does not mean that I don't like Rihanna products, okay? For all the people who want to tell me that I shade Rihanna, this does not mean that I don't like Rihanna products. To be honest, that's not true. Actually, Fenty Skin, the sunscreen, has become my new #1 favorite moisturizer. Not just me, by the way. Me and my husband's #1 favorite moisturizer at the moment. So this is not a shade to Fenty. This is just a shade to this right here. It's not necessary. Moving forward. The next thing I got was this right here, the Tiny Marvels by Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson. Let me tell you why I love Sydney Grace. I love the fact that they always come out with 2 different styles of the same palette. They didn't come out with 2 different styles of this palette, but in all the other palettes, usually they have a lighter version of the palette and then a deeper version of the palette so that people with deeper skin tones can also use the palette. You know how that happens, guys. You know, you see a palette, and for me, you know, I'm a brown girl, and I will look at a palette and be like, wow, that's really cool, except for the fact that I can't use like 4 shades in here because it's not gonna show up. It's gonna look like Ashtown. And that's why I really like Sydney Grace and how they come out with palettes that are specifically for light to mediums and then like medium to deeps, but it's the same palette, just a few shades are deeper or lighter. I think that's genius, and I think that honestly a lot of other brands should try to do that as well, because there are tons of palettes that I really do want to try, and I'm like, why would I buy this palette? It's gonna serve me no purpose. It's gonna serve me absolutely no purpose. Also, I love Mel Thompson as a creator. I think she's so edgy, she's so different, she's so comfortable with being who she is. This definitely shows even in this palette. For her to be a beauty creator and for her to be like, you know what? I like bugs. You know what I mean? And it's, that's who I am. I think that this is beautiful. I love that, like, it just looks like her hands, you know? I haven't really looked at the shades yet, so let's look at the shades together. Okay, so here's a close-up of these shades right here. The first initial thing I look at to see how good the palette could be is shades and if they would look good for my skin tone as well as people lighter or deeper than me. Let me just try to bring down my light so you can kind of see them a little better. So, yeah, I could see it working for a good group of people. So there's that. Now let's see how this is going to blend. I've never used Sydney Grace's products before, so I don't really know how they blend, though Mel Thompson raves about them all the time, and you know Mel Thompson is the blend queen. So I'm going to assume that these would blend correctly, okay? We wouldn't have any blending issues like we have had in the past. This is also one of my favorite things to do of all time. All time. All time. Another thing that I have not used yet is I had the Morphe Me subscription, and this eye kit came in the subscription box this month, and I went, okay, 6-piece set. Let's see if we can do an eye look with this set. I like the bag. Oh, the inside is such a pretty red. This is gonna be a good makeup bag for me, honestly. I'll tell you that right now. It comes packaged. They always come packaged like this. Okay, right there. So let's try to use as many of these as we can. My nails have so much like plant dirt underneath there. Like, guys, you don't understand. I really thought I killed my plants. Like, they're looking okay now, but I'm just letting you know. It was rough. It was rough. My father's actually really good at, like, he has a green thumb, and he goes, your plants need a bigger pot, and like especially my smaller one, which is now big, needs a bigger pot, and they got mold all over them because I was overwatering them. It was just really, really bad. Okay, I'm gonna set down some Laura Mercer. Some Laura Mercer.
Only give 'em hell. Wish 'em well. Wish 'em well. Wish 'em well. In my blacked out truck moving like an icon.
And then I also sometimes like to feel if my lids are still tacky, because If my lids are still a little tacky, I kind of like to go back in with some powder because that will sometimes make the eyeshadow skip, and we don't want to have a false impression of Syndey Grace's products because we haven't set our eyes correctly. I'm gonna go in with Tree Hopper first, which is this right here. I'm gonna put that down first. Not that brush. Not that brush. I'm gonna bring my ring light down just a little bit so you can see the shades. Now, Tree Hopper is pretty close to my complexion, so you probably won't see too much, which is okay. I just want to get a little bit of a transition, a little bit of color, but it's totally cool. I'm not really worried about that. I'm gonna go in with Death Moth, which is this brown shade right here. I'm just gonna place it first. A little messy. I kind of want something kind of just where I can see the formula, test it out. Does it blend well? It's gonna be patchy, but I don't want a, you know, crazy eye look. Okay, so it does blend out pretty well. So hard, got them drowning in my seas. Tell them yes, I'm a stun. These haters wanna judge, but life's too short to get along with everyone. Okay, so we got the Death Moth on both eyes. So now I'm just gonna blend out here just to make this a little bit more seamless. And I'm just gonna add a little bit more of Tree Hopper, just like a smidge, which is the initial shade that I laid down, just so I can just buff these edges out a little bit more. And when I mean I use a smidge, I use a smidge, like a little bit, but I just want to get like here. It's not very blended. Okay, now what I want to do is use one of these shimmer shades and pop it on the top. Oh my gosh, some of these are really freaking pretty. Look at Fire Butts. Scarab is a beautiful duochrome. Stop it right now. Oh my gosh, we've got Marvel. Oh my gosh, these are all such, do you see these? Do you see these? I think we should stick with Fire Butts, which is this one right here, if you can see it. It's kind of has like a green shift to it. Oh, I don't know. Well, it's on our eye now. It's on our eye now. So Fire Butts it is. Ooh, this consistency is so soft. It's such a soft consistency. Like it feels so soft and buttery. And I'm just gonna press this in. I really like this formula a lot. Impressive. Sometimes what I like to do when I'm doing eyeshadow looks like this, that's kind of like, you know, not really too crazy. I kind of just like to use my finger and just kind of mesh everything around. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of Death Moth and just put it over top, kind of go back and forth with my finger and just kind of mesh it all together. This takes like no time to blend out. Wow. Syndey Grace is Sierra approved for sure. It blended so good, I'm just like, wait, what do I do now? I just guess I just wipe this translucent off and do the rest of my face. I'm so sad about Chad. I mean, Chadwick Boseman was like low-key my crush, you know? Like, you know, in a very respectful way. I mean, his story just makes me want to be better. It makes me want to push myself harder. It makes me want to love harder. It makes me want to push out better content. It makes me want to everything more, because I'm just so amazed at what he was able to do. I mean, you guys let me know down in the comments if that wasn't, I mean, so sad that this happened. Also so inspirational at the same time. Like, I'm still like, and let's take a minute too while we talk about makeup, but let's talk about some real stuff. Why I think it really hit so many people is also because of the climate that we're in right now. You have so much going on with Black Lives Matter. You've got the protest. People really taking a stand and being like, you know what, this is, we're tired, we're done. That's it. We're not playing with you guys anymore, okay? It's time to stand up. And then you have a man like Chad that came out with a movie, not just him, obviously, you know. But when you think about Black Panther, that movie was such a standout movie. That movie was top 5. Guys, I don't know what's gonna happen moving forward with 2020. I mean, let's keep moving on, shall we? I also bought the Kylie Cosmetics bronzer sticks. I bought 2 shades. I bought one in bronze tan. I bought the other in bronze medium. So, this is what bronze tan looks like. That swatch was horrible. And this is what bronze medium looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna go with bronze medium because I think that that's gonna look more of like a bronzer shade. I think bronze tan is gonna look more like a contour shade. I've never used her contour sticks before, or bronzer sticks, or whatever you wanna call these things. Wait a minute. Oh, girl. Wait a minute. Doesn't that shade look not right on my skin tone? You know that shade doesn't look right on me. Okay, so the shade, we're not gonna really think about the shade too much because we can just get a new shade. I don't think this shade is my shade because I don't think it's doing much bronzing. I think it's a little too cool, but that's not really what I am concerned about. What I'm concerned about is the actual formula of the product. So here's how I feel about the bronzer. If you see right here, I put the bronzer on and I honestly have been using a product and it's actually made me break out. So if you look closely right here, you'll see that I am getting breakouts, which is not really something that really happens to me very often. This bronzer is definitely accentuating every single texture on my skin. So what I am gonna say about these bronzers is that if you have textured skin, I think that this bronzer is not gonna work for you. I think it's gonna show what you don't want it to show. And that's just off of first impression. It's not really a first impression. I literally just closed this thing and it shot in my face. Oh, Kylie. Oh. Okay, Kylie, I've had enough. Okay. Can we also talk about this? I know what you're thinking. Don't worry about it, okay? This is Glossier, and it does all good things. Don't worry. It blends out like a dream. So look at that. Boom. Let's talk about 2020. Did you not? Tell me in the comments if you were not like 2020 is going to be my year. That's it. Like 2020, it's called 2020, like 2020 vision. I've got all these things that I want to accomplish in 2020. 2020 is the year, like the takeover year. 2020 is just going to be everything. 2020 is the year. That's it. We're done. Because we were like 2019, ouch, you know? 2020 was supposed to be that girl. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. There are so many beautiful things that came out of 2020, like starting a YouTube channel. And, oh, I totally forgot to talk about this. I'm actually starting a vlog channel too. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be me and my husband at first. I don't know if we're going to really incorporate the kids as much in the beginning. We'll see how it goes, but I'm so excited. He's really excited to do it. I'm like, okay, fine. Like, you want to jump on the YouTube train? Okay, let's go. So, I mean, there's so many beautiful things that have happened in 2020 and that are continuing to happen. But then I also feel like 2020 is that year where we're just like, what? You know what? At this point, when I read the news, I'm like, yeah, we're still in 2020. Like, you let me know if I'm the only one who's like, you see CNN pop up on your phone and you're like, locust. Sounds about right. You know what I mean? Like, what else could happen? 2020 is not letting up on anybody. By the way, if you've never tried these Glossier cloud paints, go get you some immediately because they are amazing. They blend out beautiful on top of a powder or not. No makeup at all. It doesn't matter what you put this on top of. It blends out amazing. And that is why I will forever love cloud paint. Actually, Glossier, if you were listening, you need to make like 20 shades. This needs to have 20 shades, okay? Period. I need every single shade that you could. This needs, We need more than 20 shades. We need anything that you could think of. We need all shades, all types of cloud paints, okay? I'm ready to buy them all. Thank you so much, Glossier. I appreciate you. This is the last thing that I'm gonna talk about of like the new stuff that I got, because I was gonna actually do a lot more stuff, but this video is gonna be way too long and I just don't feel like it, okay? We'll do it at another chit chat, get ready with me. But the next thing is the Fenty Beauty Pro Kisser Lip Balm in Latte Lips. So this is the packaging right here. Cute, cute, not mad at the packaging at all. It smells like it wants to be something, but it's not anything. Like it smells like lip gloss and it smells like it wanted to have a scent. I can't explain it. It smells like they were trying to scent it and then they forgot, or like they weren't trying to scent it and then like something just must have fell into the vat of lip gloss and they were just like, just keep staring, not a big deal. Like, I don't know. Let's talk about the formula of it. I like it. It's a little thicker than I would personally like gravitate to on like a daily basis, but I wouldn't say that I wouldn't pick up another one of these, is what I'm saying. The Lunar Beauty lip glosses are amazing and they taste like cotton candy. The formula is perfect. So anytime I'm looking for a lip gloss, I always compare it to that. And this one doesn't taste like cotton candy and it's a little thicker than Lunar lip gloss. I still would say that this is Sierra approved. Okay, so let's just throw some lashes on, some mascara, wrap it up. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I am not mad at it. I just feel like the Kylie bronzers tried to take me down. This eyelash, do you really have to be like that today, eyelash? Like, do you really have to show out and show your whole entire ass? Like, do you? Anyway, like I was saying, if I was rudely interrupted by my lashes. This is the final look. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to see you guys back. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. I need to go to bed. Where's my remote? You know, you never can find your remote.
Always wishing well, yeah, always wishing well. Blessings coming back like they going on sale. How you gonna win if you only get hell? Wishing well, wishing well.